Sunday. It's 6 p.m. It's the Sunday Swinger Show. Let's get into it. So how are you all doing, and welcome back to the Sunday Swinger Show. This week is going to be a quick one because we have loads to do with our members today, and it's a sunny day here in Ireland, so I won't be staying here for much longer. So everything in green we're going to be covering here on YouTube here today. So trade recap, running over what we're looking at last week. Charge your asset, which is going to be the exact same asset that we're going to look at this week, which is Vanry. All to the week with Trader R, and then we'll have a competition at the end for win a free month. I will tell you what you got to do to be in with a chance to win a free month for next week. So with that said, let's jump straight into it and see where we are at. And to do that, we must switch over here. So what we were looking at last week was this Vanry, and it was a coin that was given to us on AI. So we looked up AI shouted out this one and another one, and both of them got the move. This is from 2 weeks ago. Both of them got the move that we were looking for to some extent. So let's look at what we were looking for back at the time. We had this bit of a range going on here where we'd come up, put in a range high, and we're starting to retrace. At that point, we were mapping out this inverse head and shoulders, looking for a deep retrace to then trade it up where we were looking for a potential rejection, consolidation, rejection. And at that point, we hadn't even marked out where we were actually looking for the rejection. But as the stream progressed, you could see that we're looking at our reaction zone was just up into that value area high, where we also had a 382 and a 425 region. So a nice continuation set of fibs if it comes into it. And we also have pivots up there. We had good confluence up there. So the context behind it is because everybody's looking for this to break all the way up, we were actually looking for shorts up here when it came into that zone. So we're saying as soon as price comes up here, whilst retail traders are going to be looking to short this neckline, or to long this neckline, we're going to be looking for shorts up in that reaction zone. So if we turn on our inverse head and shoulders, which we had marked out here, okay, and then if we turn on our levels, we were looking for a long down here, by the way. It didn't come down into our region. Let me turn this off for a second just to show you. I would never have took this long. It didn't come into the region where I was looking for. It didn't even come into the region where I was looking for that first bounce. So that for me was never a long. But then we came into our zone for the short, and it came up into the reaction zone, value area low, and we had some pivots up here and got our drop. So we got a drop here of 23%, and now it's starting to make its way back up again to test that neckline. So we didn't get the long, but we got the short. Nice 20% short. So what I was highlighting on this stream at the time is that we could potentially get this inverse head and shoulders, come up into a reaction zone where we can get a short, and then there's the idea of this potentially retracing the whole way back, taking out all of this range and coming down into a bigger deviation zone altogether to the downside. So that idea is still in play. So now that we've got the initial short, I want to see, the question we have to ask ourselves, is this going to continue down? Number one, are we going to come up and take out the high? Number two, or are we going to come into a zone where we could see maybe bullish continuation? So for that, again, I'm going to delete everything off the chart, start from start, and see what we find. So let's go. Okay. Starting from the start. Please don't forget to hit up that like button as well, and leave a comment. If you have any questions, do let us know in the comment section. Nice move into that TR pocket. Nice move up into that range low as well, where we've just got our first rejection. Really nice, to be honest with you, I have to say. Okay. So, first things first, I had to have a look at that higher time frame just to remind myself of the context of it all. First things first, I want to look at the volume down in this lower range. Let's take our fixed range and bring it over. You can see from this, we had our value area high locally, point of control. Let's pull it back a bit actually. Value area high, respected, respected, point of control, respected. Now we've got to move up above it. So we got to find out, is this just going to be a back test and we're going to move further on? Or are we going to drop back into this range and look to trade back down again? That's what we're going to have to decipher right now. So a lot of volume up above this range high, as you can see up here. Let's take the whole range into consideration now, where we're actually back down below that value area high. Want to get those fib levels back on. So we haven't tapped that level. We haven't tapped that 382, 425 region. So the probabilities with just this on says to me there's a potential of another move up here, unless we get some weird sell-off. Bear with me for 1 second. To calculate something. Okay, look at our pivots. So we still have those pivots untapped. These are quarterly pivots. Where's the woody? So they're still untapped. So that reaction zone to me is still very, very valid above. So if we do move up, I would still be looking for a reaction in that zone. Definitely. So I'm now open to another move up. And whether that move is, you know, a level to look for a rejection or it's something that we work inside to move up. That's the beauty of these reaction zones. Take that bigger volume profile again, or that bigger area of balance again. This is a slightly different pull, giving us different levels, but we'll mark them in. That's a value area high, or value area low. Volume levels. Okay. Still that potential of a move up. Come up into that weekly naked point of control. Perfect tap of the monthly naked point of control, which was one of the areas of confluence that we had on that last trade setup that we had here. That was worked in there, hence why the reaction zone was pulled down below that value area low. Still holding in this. This is the monthly, yeah. Yeah, so we're still holding within the monthly value area low. So it's that support. The developing day, excuse me, developing day, or developing month value area low. You have to excuse me. I'm really sick here. To even do this stream now is taking a lot. So locally, the first sign of strength we would have to see is above that monthly naked point of control, and maybe coming up and taking that high again, because these to the dollar moves get taken out more times than not. When you see these to the exact dollar moves, they get wiped out again not too long after. So there's a lot of context building up to a further move up here. Into that zone. I'm liking the idea of it, to be honest. So although we got this bit of a pullback, I would like to see until we start losing that developing day region in and around the region where it's at now, the previous highs. This thing doesn't look bearish up here just yet. Still maintains bullish market structure. This is a type of pattern I'm actually monitoring a lot lately. This pattern. I'm actually building a strategy based off this. So for now, where it's at, this looks like a TR extension deviation, or thereabouts a TR extension deviation. It is perfectly TR extension deviation. So I expect this to come up a little bit higher and potentially go over for the other side of the range. So that will bring us back up into that zone. So what I'm looking for on Vanry is, if you're in shorts, make sure on your paper trading accounts, make sure to take profits. But I am going to be looking for a deviation similar to this over at the other side of the range. So something up around here. It can extend. So this whole zone, remember, this whole reaction zone is the zone we're looking for. You don't have to trade within it. You can wait for it to go up into it, lose it, back test, and come back down for the safer option. But I will be looking for a rotation here to come up and test this region, where I'll judge it then at that time. Do we take a position or not? But right now, that's what I'm looking for. If I'm wrong and we're not going to get another move up here, well then all we'll look for is a drop of this channel again, and on a back test could look for, you know, to compound the position that we're in. But not really a type of setup I'm interested in, if I'm to be honest with you. The first setup was given 2 weeks ago. That was the one to take the short. But this, to me, is just a range rotation. Now that we've deviated out of it. Check those pivots one more time. Came down, cleared the weekly pivots. So now to look for a move back up again. This is most probable for me. I wouldn't just jump into a short position up here just because it comes up here and it's in the reaction zone. I would wait to see the reaction, as we did here. You wait for price to come up into the zone. You see clear rejection, you get involved and take your profits. In terms of timing, let's see. Probably around Friday, Thursday or Friday. As I said, this has the potential to come up and extend and come up and take out that. But we're watching for either a lower high to this high over here, or to come up and take it out. So that is this. And honestly, if we get a good solid rejection here, it will be take profit 1, take profit 2, and then I would honestly leave take profit 3 to come down past those lows. Down past those lows, where we might have that play on a potential further deviation. I'm going to look at a fractal that we can use to see what this would look like, to illustrate it. Oh, excuse-moi. Similar move on Fartcoin. Copy and Vanry. Doesn't matter if you're sick, guys. You still got to show up day in, day out. So this is the fractal that we're playing off at the minute. You can see that kind of move that we're looking for just in this piece alone. Sideways, dip, range rotation. Let's get rid of the stuff behind it. Look at that piece alone. Consolidation, drop, rally up, take the highs and drop down again. Couldn't be any more perfect. And look in this section where you had, let's map it out. Head and shoulders. Head and shoulders. You had your neckline here, where we got to move up above it. Again, you had your neckline here that we got to move up above it. In this, we faked out, came down below it, and then came back up and took it. So that will be the same here. Consolidation, drop, come back up, take it, and then drop again. What we were looking for here, basically. 2 weeks ago, looking for this whole move 2 weeks ago. So that even solidifies the idea even more now. So anyone who's in that position, I will be honestly looking for it to I'd be looking for take profits on it now. You could look for scalp longs up into that zone, but that is the trade I would look for, and it's to take that short up here and trade it down. Like so. So you can see here a real fast move up above it. So what you would look for locally is just to swing at those highs as you see here in the fractal. I really like the way there's even, you know, there's that extended width in the head of the inverse head and shoulders, the same as there is here. You know, the characteristics are very similar. Same kind of price action up here. And that's the short. Where would I look to trade that to? Where would I look to trade that to? Let's have a look right now. You could, but multiple take profits in the bag. You could look for your final zone down around that 0.0123, 0.0128 region. So that would be your short in here, and you'd be looking to trade it down here. Okay, what's that in terms of percentage? Nice 70%. That's with no leverage. A nice 70% move. Obviously take profits along the way. How that gets invalidated is it gets above that range and holds within above the value area high. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed that. Now, before I pass you over to Trader R, what I'm looking for from everybody to enter the competition to win a free membership is, when we post this video over on our X account, I need you to like, comment anything you want on that on the post, and then reshare or retweet, as it used to be called. So that's all you got to do to be in with a chance to win. We give out memberships every single week, and they can be verified by any of the winners. You can just go and check them out and reach out to them if you want. So that's it. Hope you all enjoyed. We're now going to move over to the dashboard for members, where we're going to cover Bitcoin swing trades, indices swing trades, and altcoin swing trades. So with that said, We'll love you and leave you, and we will talk to you soon. And it's over to Trader R. Good luck.
How we doing? I hope we're all doing well. Welcome to another Sunday Swingers, where we like to cover a few altcoins, get you going for the week. The last few weeks we have been fairly spot on. So last week I had a bit of a talk with you. I said, look, everything's popping off here. I can't be going out here giving you longs at the highs, and guess what? I was right. I was right to not do that. We had XMR, we had ETH, and we had Clanker, if I remember. With ETH, what we were looking for was this to just put in a bit of a range, run the highs, and come back down. Which he did into our region. We got a 10% move down. You know what I say? Whenever we get a 10% move off any of the trades that go, that's a win. XMR, she's at break even right now. Literally not important on her right now. If you took the trade, you're literally at break even or still in profit. But that's not, I consider that a break even trade. Clanker never gave us that zone we were looking for. Hold on, I'm going to this. See what I mean here? This is XMR. If you took the trade, you're in at minimum there. So you're literally at break even. She did wick down. Target was weekly pivots. She did wick down to the weekly pivots on one exchange to this. I don't consider that a win at all. But Clanker, we were looking for this to come down, take the low, and then rock it up if we could. But she did not get there. Unfortunately, that would have been a banger. But I don't think I would have caught this either way by the looks of it, because we were here at the time. No, I wouldn't have. So what now? What did we delete something here? I don't think we did. We just give it. Alright, what now? We'll go to ETH. ETH, after moving up, moved down. Right, Bitcoin's on the way up too, and everything else is skyrocketing up. I looked at all your setups and stuff, with all your altcoins aside. Folks, what am I meant to do when you give me an altcoin that's in the sky? I just need to say this now. What altcoins are you looking at? Here's one. She's up there. She's flying into the sky. I'm just like, what? You want me to give up? Do you want me to give out a long on that up there at the very top? Like, what, am I meant to say, oh, here, go put yourself in my seat? How is that meant to help me find you a setup? You know, I'm trying to find ones that are kind of like hidden, ones I'm not looking at, ones that are still on the ground. Yeah, you know, I just say I can't look at those. I can't be giving out those. I need to have I'm having a solid streak here. I have to leave them to the side. So look, we'll look at ones that are kind of, there's a few of them gone off and all, but there's not much I can do again this week. If this was a day earlier, I would have given out some banger setups. I'm not going to lie, but there's a lot of them bounced off the TR pocket. Like here, a big TR pocket. If you're in the group, you would have got this. If you were in the group, you would have got this. Would like the 0.5 on this. This looks very strong. This could run for these highs, but 0.5 is a very big target. And look at how clean this is. Range, this sideways range came down, taps it. TR pocket 0.5. That's beautiful. Beautiful. But we will start to cover ETH, right? I'm trying to think, like, because ETH started to reject. So she rejected this TR pocket. Do you know the probability once you reject a TR pocket nicely? We rejected a 10%. This here becomes a 75% probability. This range high. So with that being said, I'm looking for this to come down. There's two ways this could happen. You either do you do a lower high, Bitcoin rejects and swing phase a high, and that's it, you're going down here. Or B, which is the one I kind of prefer, where you kind of do this, you come into this zone and then you reject. You come back into that zone and reject. Like here you have a double, pretty much double equal high. You know, you have a double equal high there. And if you remember, I wanted us to come through this TR channel. I'm just putting these two lines here for a second. I took them off because it's messy. I wanted these to go equal amount. So we did one. We went through it a little bit. Here. Second attempt, I want us to go through the line again. And this would be going through the line again. So I'll take these off and we're going to go back in. This, if we did do this, this would be perfect. Perfect lower high play down to this. And if I go left here, the last big short I gave out was the exact same thing. higher time frame, I know, but we're on the mid time frame now, mid to lower time frame. But this is a higher time frame. We had a 2 low, range, up, take this high, lower high, and down. Alright, we go down to this time frame. We had 2 lows, range, I want up, take the highs, lower high, and down. So this is going to be the next play I'm going to be looking for on ETH. The confirmation on this play, if you wanted to be ballsy, you could do it up here, but I don't recommend. Why bother? I'm going to put this up here. Fuck. I'm going to put this over here. Right. Can't pull a real. I could pull a TR pocket if I wanted to, but I don't. It's too messy, right? You could look for this once you lose this channel here with a wick. You could get in, but use yellow. That's the trade short. Your target is the range high, right? That's the plan there, and that is Ethereum. XRP. XRP, if you remember for months now, I've been looking for the exact same region, and it's been annoying me because look at this. Came up to it and we swing failed, but left a double top. So I would like if we can actually get up to that region again and swing fail or deviate that high. Alright. Just swing fail or deviate that high. Let me get up here. Bit of that, you know, bit of that. If we could. And let me see, pull this off of this. Oh, you do have a trend line there too. So you got 2 confirmations really. You got one, you can get in above this high here, and if you get in above this high and you lose it, you have a trade in your hands, right? But if you lose the trend line here, you have a potential swing trade in your hands. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Does she have the power to get up there? I don't know. I do have an alert there. I get rid of this one. I don't give a rat's ass about you, to be honest. I have alert there. We'll see. Do we get that short opportunity and down? Would be nice to see. We'll have weekly pivots one day. No, she'll probably get tapped straight off the bat, those weekly pivots, because they're going to be kind of where we're at. Alright, so ETH, looking for a lower high play. XRP, looking for a deviation play. Again, still on the cards if we can. Doge, I'm looking for more upside. Let me see if there's anything nice here. She has a bit of... She's moving like this. See, this is an example of what am I meant to do with something like this? Like, because most of the ones you give in are like this. Alright, they're all like this. They're moving up. What am I meant to do here? Because you have to look at Bitcoin to kind of judge what's going to happen. So there's not much I can really do. 0.5 is a big target on Doge here if anyone's in on Doge, and then the highs potentially. Boom, 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 boom. Potentially just run the highs. So, BNB bounced off the zone. 0.5 is a big target on this. It all depends on what Bitcoin wants to do. If Bitcoin wants to run the high and swing fail, or run all-time high, then all-time high, I'd say you get to 0.5 then. Link was another one people were asking for. Again, I was just looking through it. You have a TR pocket. It was also a TR extension. But this is, look at this. This down here is what you like. Did it have any did it have any of this? It had a 12-hour sling confluence too. Very close to the daily. Oh wow, Jesus, very close to the daily as well. Lovely little accumulation range. That's what you want to see there. That's where you get in loads. That's perfect looking. But 0.5 sitting right there on that liquidity. Would be nice to get that, because it's just a nice liquidity there, and it's a 0.5. It's a good excuse at the very least to get that. So if you're in on this, then I would recommend a good TP on this 0.5 there. And then after that, you kind of have to judge what Bitcoin's at yourself, because there is a high very close there, and you have to watch that high. Do we hold that high? Then you're looking for a up. But if you lose that high, then you might have to cut more on the trade, if you know. Just safekeeping of course. But again, not much again this week. Just XRP, just Ethereum. Everything else has gone off to the races, so you kind of have to sit and wait for next week. Maybe I'll throw in something on Twitter. Keep an eye on the Twitter. I actually will post something in there, because I can't do it on YouTube because YouTube are censoring all stuff. So I would throw it on Twitter. That's right, I would throw it on Twitter. But yeah, cool. Leave a comment in below. Tell me to fuck off if you want. Do whatever. And I will see you again. I'll probably do a live stream during the week as well. So keep an eye on that X. Put a notification on it. Put a like in the video. Comment on it. And I'll chat to you later, folks. Adios. I hope you've been making a lot of money after this stuff, because that's the whole game. Alright. So I'll see you later. Bye bye.